Imagine a sound like a gunshot, but it's not a gun. It's the sound of the earth itself cracking open, a groan from a world that's been silent for millennia. You're standing on the edge of the Arctic, staring into a newly formed chasm in the permafrost. The ground has split, revealing not rock or dirt, but something impossible, something that shouldn't be there. As your light cuts through the frozen mist, you see it. It's not a glacier, it's a city. Deep under the ice, massive buildings stand perfectly preserved, their dark silhouettes stretching into the abyss. It's a skyline, frozen in time. You see windows that should be shattered, yet they stare back at you, clear and unbroken, like the dead eyes of a colossal beast. You see staircases spiraling down into the crushing weight of the frost, leading nowhere. The first wave of fear hits you not from the cold, but from the sheer wrongness of it all. The perfect geometric lines of architecture clashing with the jagged, chaotic pressure of the ice that entombs it. This isn't a ruin. It's a monument to a sudden, violent end. How could a city this vast be swallowed whole? As we descend deeper, the scale of the city is staggering. It's not just a few buildings. It's a sprawling metropolis, a ghost trapped in amber. The air is so still, the silence so profound, it feels like the ice itself is pressing into your eardrums, suffocating all sound. The structures show no signs of age, no erosion, no decay. They look as if they were built yesterday and flash frozen in a single, catastrophic moment. The questions begin to pile up, each one more terrifying than the last. Who built this? What happened to them? And how has it remained hidden, perfectly preserved, until now? The real horror begins when we move inside. We're now venturing into the intimate spaces of this dead civilization, into the homes of its long-vanished people. We glide through frozen corridors, our lights dancing across surfaces that haven't seen a living soul in ages. And what we find is utterly chilling. Furniture arranged for a life that was brutally interrupted. A dining room table is set for a meal that was never eaten. Chairs are pulled out as if their occupants simply stood up and walked away. Everything is exactly where it was left. The terror isn't in what's there, but in what isn't. There's no dust, no decay, no rot. The temperature must have dropped so catastrophically fast that the natural process of decomposition never began. It's a pristine graveyard. Think about that for a moment. In a normal ruin, you see the slow victory of nature, vines reclaiming walls, wood turning to dust. But here, nature didn't win. It just stopped everything. It's a city held in a perfect frozen stasis. The silence in these rooms is a physical weight. You expect to find bodies, frozen in their final moments. But there are none. The absence of life is more frightening than any monster you could imagine. Where did everyone go? It's as if the entire population vanished into thin air, leaving behind a perfect snapshot of their final second. We drift into what looks like a living room. A cup sits on a small table, a dark liquid frozen solid inside. On the floor, children's toys lie scattered, abandoned mid-game. Everything is pristine. The fabrics of the chairs are vibrant. The metal on the lamps shows no rust. This isn't an ancient ruin. It's a modern home that has been paused. This complete preservation defies all logic. The immense pressure of the ice should have crushed these buildings, shattered the glass, and turned everything to rubble. Yet it hasn't. The ice isn't a destructive force here. It's a cage. It's a prison, holding the city in a state that should not be possible. The sheer impossibility of it all starts to wear on your sanity. You are an intruder in a home where the owners are gone. But their presence, their final moment, hangs in the air like an invisible fog. The deeper we go, the more unsettling the scenes become. We're now exploring the psychological chaos of this paused city. The phenomenon is best described as if everyone just stepped outside for a moment, but they never came back. We start to follow the imaginary footsteps of those who vanished. A book is left open on a bedside table, its pages frozen stiff, waiting for a reader who will never return. A door is left slightly ajar, a silent invitation into a room that has been sealed for centuries. In a hallway, a coat hangs on a hook, ready to be worn. These aren't artifacts in a museum. They are pieces of a life, frozen an instant before they were used. The fear is driven by a single, maddening question. Where did they go? If the city is perfectly preserved, why are the streets, the buildings, the homes completely empty? There are no signs of a struggle, no panic, no evacuation, just absence. A city should crumble. It should rust. It should be reclaimed by the earth. That's the natural order. But here, nature didn't destroy the city. It held it captive. The long, lingering shots of these frozen domestic scenes make you feel like a trespasser in a house where the owner is just on the other side of a door that will never open. It's the quiet domesticity that truly gets under your skin. A kitchen with pots still on the stove, a workshop with tools laid out for a project. Each scene is a silent, screaming testament to an interrupted moment. The city isn't dead in the way a ruin is dead. A ruin is the past. This city, this is the present, trapped. It feels like you've walked onto a movie set where the director yelled "cut" and everyone simply ceased to exist. The psychological toll is immense. The mind tries to find a logical explanation, but there isn't one. An entire civilization, gone in the blink of an eye, leaving behind a perfect, silent shell. The horror is in the impossibility of it all. It's a puzzle with no solution, a story with its final page torn out. And now we reach the final, most terrifying realization. The city isn't just frozen. It's in a state of infinite stasis. It's in purgatory. The true horror isn't just that nature paused it. It's the implication of that pause. If something can be paused, it can also be resumed. The fear shifts from what is frozen solid to what might happen if it thaws. Those buildings, those windows, those staircases leading to nowhere. They aren't just ruins. They are waiting for a pulse that was stopped mid-beat, waiting for the moment to continue. Think of it like this. A scream caught in a jar. The sound is still there. The violent energy is still raw, but the glass is the only thing holding back the noise. Here, the ice is that jar, and if that jar ever shatters, the scream will pick up exactly where it left off, as if the intervening centuries never even happened. The city isn't dead. It's sleeping, and our world, with its rising temperatures and melting ice caps, is slowly, steadily, reaching for the play button. As we pull back, our light falls on a single, perfectly preserved window in a high-rise tower. We hover there, staring into the dark, empty room beyond the glass. And then we hear it. A low, groaning creak. It's not the wind. It's the ice. A sound of immense pressure shifting. A sign that the long pause may be coming to an end. The nightmare isn't what happened to this city. The nightmare is what happens when it wakes up. The great unpausing has begun. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the ice. If you found this as terrifyingly fascinating as we did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the unknown. Stay curious and stay safe.